The following material may contain sex, coarse language, and violence.
Shh, there's someone here.
Okay, I just made an insight roll as well, but that was more looking at the map. Can I determine any pattern to like search patterns that would indicate where they may be going? Okay.
There isn't a pattern, there's just they're using your movements to determine where you most likely are, like times where you show up at places.
How quickly
you get from one spot to
yeah.
another.
Okay.
So it's pretty like most of the extreme southern region is eliminated
So they're trying to triangulate basically based on...
They're just like, you know, shrinking the areas and doing what you do.
Okay.
So, our points.
So in the darkness of the
I
open
shield
door,
up.
you see two little dim red points of light at about eye level. Well, not your eye level, but, you know, maybe a little closer to her eye level.
Just show yourself.
God damn it! So a black trench coat walks in.
Oh, it's you.
who?
It's Jania.
We have met her.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah.
Oh, we have. Sorry, we have two.
Twice.
Jane here. Hi.
Thankfully, you're super easy to follow.
Well, you also have.
You know
Yeah,
our
but
location,
how
so
That doesn't broadcast location, but...
I would have built it too.
Okay, big guy. I think that says I have to, like, stop you from murder, suiciding, like, tons of people because it's wrong and you're just causing everything to be hard. I haven't killed anyone today. What are you talking about?
No, he hasn't killed anyone today.
but yesterday.
Yeah, they were bad guys. They were putting up a fight. They had to die.
No. That's what we
They were
talked.
selling cocaine to children.
That's what prison is for.
What, selling cocaine to children? I have to enter the prison. You're not going anywhere.
We discussed this with this one yesterday about killing people.
And then I punched someone and they disintegrated.
To be fair, that was
Oh, really?
an accident.
I wish I could do that.
Yeah. Wasn't intentional.
I mean, I don't think you caused him to disintegrate so much as he just did that.
His powers went out of control. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, any normal person would have just been unconscious lying face down on the ground, but for some reason he spontaneously
Yeah, 'cause I pulled my
combust.
punch. At least move to a consult the group if you're going to murder someone face.
Oh god, this is gonna take so long. How am I supposed to interrogate efficiently if I can't put fear into them?
I think you've scared them enough.
Like, you know, there's ways to instill fear without actually murdering people. I can't believe I'm saying this.
You can't interrogate anybody at all when they're dead,
What were you doing
unless
to
you're a
interrogate
necromancer.
them? What were you doing to interrogate them?
Oh, it's easy. You just like grab one, you break his neck when he doesn't tell you what you want. The next guy tells you
Let me ask
everything.
the second one.
But you at least don't kill the second one, right?
No, he
Oh,
does.
hell no! I mean, they're gonna tell you the stuff, and if they don't, then you just
You ask
snap
the
their
third
neck
one.
and you ask the third one. And then you get everything.
Can't you
It
just break
totally works!
Or
Can't you
they've
just-
given you a bunch of information that they think you want to know.
Can't you just
Oh, that's
break
why
a-
you use directed questions.
Can't you just break a few fingers or something?
But then they might lie. Because fingers heal.
How
No,
many-
they don't.
No, that's not how broken bones work.
Huh, really?
Yeah.
And even if they do, most people are not so, like, badass and, you know, hardcore enough to just...
Oh, okay, I'll ask before I kill anyone. Again, Jesus, fuck.
One day you might find it is harder to step off the path of shadow than you thought. And I throw a handful of eagle feathers into the air.
Okay.
America.
Bummer.
Anyway, moving on.
We can't really just...
I need to, like, neutralize you. So you can't. I mean,
Hey, just why don't you just agree to calmly go with Jania here and go back to her dad?
And then talk to them.
oh, fine. God damn, the things I do for justice. They'll leave.
Let us know when you come back.
Oh, okay.
Don't call us on the comms.
Yeah, I've been told about that. Thanks for not telling me.
Well, I didn't
Simply
see
in
you.
a straightforward manner.
No, we don't
Like
have to-
maybe when I contacted you on the comms, you could have been like, "Hey, don't use these. They're being monitored, bro." And then it would have been like easy. But no, you have to be a dick about it.
These meetings aren't places for family arguments.
Good point.
Don't worry, I already knew they were related.
Yeah, family arguments belong in the home.
Yeah, where domestic abuse belongs.
I don't have any arguments with my family.
They're never there.
That's great.
Anyway, now that that's solved.
So yes, Miranda knows where we are.
No, she doesn't. She specifically
Well-
does not know where we are.
I mean,
This is not just her information. This is the information the DMV have picked up over the past 6 months of us being operational. The problem I've got is they've got an operation set up that I couldn't get access to, so
How did you try to get access to it?
I tried opening up the file,
On Miranda's computer.
obviously.
You may have to watch out. She may think you tried to she will know you tried to access that file.
That's gonna happen. It flagged up, so I know that it did. Then there was a phone call on her phone.
Did you answer it?
No. But she said that there was no number, so
Just be very, very careful around Miranda.
oh, don't worry, I always am.
More so than usual.
but surely the DMV would have known you were the one who did it, right?
That I was there, yes.
Well, they must have known that you were the one who tried to access it, because if you were the only one in that area at
Did
the
you
time.
sign a contract to do the job?
I'm not even meant to talk to you about the job, and the job never happened.
So you did.
So you signed a non-disclosure?
Just so you know, they can read your print through gloves.
Yeah,
Through
superheroes.
those gloves?
Super-
Good luck!
To these gloves.
Yeah, but
superheroes have existed for decades, and
Yes,
it
I know
makes
that.
sense that they would go look into them.
And they all wear gloves.
Yeah. Also, your prints will be on file anyway. Those citizens are.
I
Speaking of which, you need to vote in the next 3 days. Just, because that would remind you.
I would also you need to vote.
know. I know I've got to vote. I just don't know. I don't even know who they are.
Of course you don't! That's how the system
No, I
works.
mean, I don't know.
Works!
Just don't know which one to vote for.
so that's the point. It's just a bunch of faceless American computers.
They all have different policies.
Well, yeah, what are the policies? I've never looked into them.
A's the one that most aligns with what you guys want to achieve.
I voted for A.
Right, so where do I do this voting thing?
At a polling booth, numbnuts.
Okay.
There's a polling booth across the road from the Plastics Advisory Board.
There was.
On that subject,
Yeah, that got demolished in the day, sorry.
we should start using subway entrances in the parts of the map that they've discounted us being in.
That's the idea.
If we enter into the subway
Yeah,
from
that'll
the
stuck with them,
from
yeah.
the
Yeah.
northern or southern parts of the city, then they won't be able to triangulate us coming to and from the Plastics Advisory Board.
The only problem is when there's an emergency, it can be a waste of time to deliberately go to a...
The problem is we don't have much choice.
We also can't use my base because they haven't eliminated that area from the map yet.
Wonder how they eliminate things entirely. I mean, aside from doing a very thorough search of the area, I wonder how they completely discount these areas.
Well, they
of the
probably
map.
monitor the whole area, monitor the area for a long period of time while watching to make sure that, oh, no, they didn't pop up out of this building, or they haven't gone into these buildings, or...
The north and south would actually be reasonably easy to discount because they can track how quickly we move, whether by foot or in an easel, and then they base on our active hours where events happen and how quickly we get to them, our reaction times, and they triangulate that way.
See, they haven't been able to trace the Nizo around because one, the shielding is very good, so it only needs tiny traces of anti-nuclear material, and two, when you have a supervillain who's nuclear powered, isotopes get left all over the city when he wants to go to a movie or goes shopping.
And he's currently allowed to be free.
Yeah,
Also,
because they don't dare stop him.
so that's probably why Soviets are pretty much safe, because it's saturated with isotopes.
Isotopes? Really? Saturated? You know, fuck you.
I wasn't talking about him. I was talking about Megaton standing around.
A mega scenario.
Oh yeah.
Moving on.
Maybe if there are less immediate emergencies, we could detour a bit, take 5 to 10 minutes longer to get there to the ones more central. That'll throw them off exactly where we are and give them some sort of place around one of the, maybe the top quadrant of the city instead of where we are right now.
We should add the subway lines to this map.
Oh no, I'm not doing that.
No, I
Okay,
mean, like, I'm not saying that you. I'm just saying we should do
I
that.
will draw them on the map right now because I know what they
Okay,
all
so
are.
so meta, the subway line routes are there's a subway entrance or exit that's conveniently within 2 blocks of wherever the fuck you need it to be. It's literally a quick travel feature.
It's fast travel. Alright.
It's just that's there.
But we
aren't
just have to
fixed-
go to
there aren't
every-
fixed locations.
But we have to go to everyone first to unlock
meta,
it.
but really, but there are, if you know what I mean. And you can unlock more by climbing these radio towers.
And looking at everything.
But I did all that when I was helping the city, right?
And are there areas we don't go, or the levels below that we don't go?
Okay, so we're not an Ubisoft game.
No, I was just referring to the things under the city that we're not supposed to go to, or near.
What? I don't know.
I mean, a place that Tyler had gone to, but none of the rest of us had.
Whistling noises.
Yeah, so I'll lay out all the subway lines because I know where they are. It's Drake family history, my dude.
Phil, you've done that.
And these are all the entrances here. There are a lot.
13 hours later. Obviously not.
I can't believe you have that all memorized.
You have to memorize a lot of things. Oh, so this is a reasonable person. Plus, I've lived in the city a long time.
Also, really good memory helps.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. Cool.
Speaking of memory, there's something you're supposed to pass on.
Yes. What was it? That was going? Yes. So,
Gallium nanofibers.
River suggested using gallium nanofibers.
Okay.
Also suggested putting up a big shield around the city, but I think it's pointless now.
The storm's kind of subsided.
Yeah.
Well, there isn't a typhoon outside currently.
She suggested us contact Magneto.
Well, we kind of put a shield over the city, but
Meanwhile,
Took a while.
outside of a Benedict's coffee. Oh man, it's really coming down. Yes, isn't it? It's raining cats and dogs. Don't you wish you had an umbrella? I'd sell my soul for an umbrella. Granted.
yeah, that was easy.
I'll also relay the school thing with that teacher.
Yeah, okay.
So
You're now all aware of that happening.
So did it play out the same way in your future as no?
No, he stole a school bus that was full of children that had been terrorizing him when they were on their way home.
We need to stop putting guards in school buses. They keep getting attacked by crazy people.
And
Well, he was a teacher. He was just allowed onto the bus.
so Simon said that a bunch of children died mysteriously at the
And then
school,
he was very sad.
and then he was very sad. So that seems to almost indicate that he did not want this to happen.
Yeah.
From what I've heard about him before, he was actually a very reasonable person. He just had one bad day.
And then you said Simon suddenly cut you off, and you haven't heard from him since.
Would I have heard from Simon since then? Just contacted him?
Oh yeah, he filled
Yeah.
you in on the rest of what happened.
Yeah,
okay.
he had to catch him from committing suicide off the school roof.
Oh.
Do you know why?
Okay, so like, Adrian and I have talked about this a bit. But my character is a 7 intelligence character and can kind of use meta knowledge.
A little bit. This, however, is, I think, slightly outside of the wheelhouse of being able to intuit of exactly what's going on.
Okay.
But go ahead.
So, at a guess, maybe he really wanted, maybe something happened today and he really wanted something to happen to them. And he didn't have a specific thought in mind. And then something did, but it wasn't him and he blamed himself.
Yeah, I'll allow that. That makes sense. In a
simple
fit of
thing.
guilt, he basically threw himself, figuring that, oh, maybe I did
It
it.
was his fault.
He threw himself off a building.
Because really he didn't actually want to hurt
So
the
you
kid.
think
He just wanted to scare them.
he got angry, made this wish he didn't really mean, and somehow it was granted by
Something.
or
something.
a coincidence
Or a coincidence.
wherein he's like, man, fuck, I wish Roman had cancer. And then Roman gets cancer, and you feel great!
That's what everyone's wishing, isn't it? If enough people wish for it.
Well, that's the thing. I think coincidence is the most likely solution at this point.
Well, it is, because we don't know about any of these other events happening with the fucking
No, we don't.
guys,
Exactly.
so we just have this one. If we had like 3 or 4 more where it's like, oh, that weird thing specifically happened, we could be like, maybe something's
it is
driving
a
this
bit
with
of an extra coincidence that in your timeline, he actually did something to the kids.
Yeah.
And it was those same kids.
And it was those same... Well,
That's
the bus
the bit.
contained them.
Yeah, yeah.
But I can also kind of dismiss that because a bunch of things happened differently. 1, we didn't have the heat wave, and 2, we didn't have these storms, which would just change events slightly, and that like maybe he didn't go outside, saw the bus, and got angry and did that, right? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, true fact.
Well, there might have been some field trip planned with the kids or something, but
They
because
got
of the
cancelled.
storms, yeah.
Thomas, I have a question.
Yeah.
You're trying to solve this with what you know of the future. Have you considered consulting with other people that might know about other futures?
Yeah.
We kind of met them, and if they were to help out, maybe they know about things.
They
that
don't
we-
want anything to
And
do
who
with us.
specifically would you be talking to? They don't want anything to do with me. You could go talk to them. Actually, you should go talk to them.
I would love to talk
Yes.
to them if we could find them.
Your son really likes you.
Of course he likes me.
He's like a big kid showing his daddy his toys that are super futuristic. And
Shit, you have no idea.
Fucking
I mean,
funny.
but it's beyond that. It's like he plays with the universe matter itself.
Okay, I just bring this up
Yeah, but
because
technically his kid's better.
I just bring
Yeah,
this
that
up
makes the
because
most sense.
you know,
Both of them.
yeah, the future you're thinking of is different. If they have
till
knowledge
Ruth
of something
finds out.
that overlaps or went differently,
Did not tell her.
Fuck, oh, did it
She
lie?
knows, doesn't she?
No, she doesn't.
She was
No.
unconscious
maybe
most of the
something
time,
from one
remember?
of their pasts is playing out here now.
Maybe. I don't know how much they're allowed to interact with in the main timeline.
Not.
From what I gathered, Universe Man said that the only reason they were allowed to act before was because they built up enough goodwill with time itself from all the fixing they'd done around the chronological multiverse. Which means they may not be able to interact with each other, with us, until another major event that they personally care about, or until they've done enough again.
It would probably have collapsed the last universe if she died too, so...
Who knows?
I wouldn't even know how to get in contact with them in the first place.
Have
What
you been
was-
to their house?
Did they ever find a motive for the school
I-
teacher
but you
in
have.
your
it was full
version?
of dead people.
What?
The people that were there that were dead that had raided into their house.
Right, those people. Yeah, we probably shouldn't go there if they know about it.
But yeah, did they ever find what the motive of the
No, he just snapped one day. He just had enough.
He was killed in the end by police officers, or
Actually, according to my notes here, the rampaging bus was brought to a halt with a well-placed shot from a cannon in military spec APC,
Piloted by a...
piloted by a black armored guy.
yeah, well, I stopped it.
he was killed.
No,
No.
But you never found out why he just went
it's
crazy.
really hard to interrogate a vegetable.
Well, he regretted it thoroughly and spent the rest of his life in an asylum.
Oh.
If your theory is that he wished for something or encountered something that caused the heart attacks, then what could we be dealing with that could claim the light of the kids so quickly?
An ontological idea that gives thought form.
One of the four horsemen, particularly Death, could do it.
Yeah. Demonic contract would be able to do it.
Is there a chance he somehow had a latent mutant power that he didn't know about, and that he did it himself? Oh, okay.
What of these things can we check for? You mentioned demonic power.
What about the spirits? Are there wandering spirits that grant wishes with a pseudo-monkey's paw effect?
Not in your world. Well, the coyote has been known to offer things to people in terms of tricking them into doing stuff, but
He doesn't actually give them the
he doesn't
thing.
actually
Wait a
give them
minute.
the thing.
What if we used the same method we used to try and ascertain global warming?
Entirely. I could certainly do it again. It's going to take me a week to reassemble the mirror.
We can't just use our magical wish-granting mirror every time we have a problem. It's not really feasible.
But what were you seeing your visions in? Do you just need to?
Oh, that's the thing. You could go on a vision quest.
A mixture of vision quests and dreaming visions from the spirits. I could.
He saw the same thing I did. It might be just as reliable.
Can you
know about
somehow
that.
link to the spirits of the kids who were involved, or are they?
That would be very bad.
That would be very, very bad. Taboo and well beyond my abilities.
Oh, I apologize for suggesting it. I did not realize.
Spirits take no offense. I hope.
I love that. I heard. Oh, thank you.
Do you need to be any specific place or have any specific things to try a vision quest?
Pulls that peyote.
It differs from experience to experience. It usually relates in some way to the question that we are seeking.
So you would need to go to the school?
It might help before I try anything if I do have some proximity to what happened.
Okay.
Maybe
Well, if he does that, I can check to make sure there's no actual monkey's paw or something there.
That would be good too. I can't really go to a school in this suit of armor.
Do you have any forms that could help?
Not really.
Taro may be able to assist Ben.
I mean, that's the only one that popped into
I
my
could-
mind.
I could assist even, but I know nothing. I'm not able to control it as well as I should. We really need to do some more training.
Meanwhile, outside one police plaza. Oh, looks like the storm has damaged all your hard work. Yeah, it's really annoying. We were supposed to try and install these ramps and now everything's wrecked. What are we gonna do? We used up our last cinder block. Now, I'm sure, perhaps, if you just asked, someone with a lot of resources could make the ramps for you. What, like a subcontractor? I have contacts. I might be able to arrange for it to be built for you on time and under budget. I would only need one small thing in exchange. Oh yeah? What's that? Only your soul. What? Your soul. All I need is your soul. If I can have it, I will build your ramps for you. On time and under budget. Are you all crazy, man? What have you got to lose by finding out? Well, I guess nothing. Then we have a deal. Yeah, sure, crazy man. We have a deal. Done. The ramps are built. A pleasure doing business with you. So you guys were doing stuff?
Instead of just training with Soviet, you should train with Spectre as well. If Magnus were here, it would be easier. What was the point of this conversation?
I don't know.
There was no
I'm
point.
cutting it.
I can't use Tarot at the moment anyway.
You don't have him?
No, I've got him, but I can't use him for a while.
Oh, you need a break.
Yes.
Just a break from the weather.
Just like I can't use GTA at the moment because we use it quite a bit this.
Yeah.
So for the cooldown, I need to stay out of those two forms.
Use Duke sparingly as well.
I know, even though I haven't used him much lately, he's still.
You've got mail, Xander.
I noticed. Soviet, you got the pissy face.
The phone rings.
No.
No. Why?
Who was that?
You've got mail.
Just wait a moment, the phone will ring again.
I'll go computer.
No, just wait a moment.
Right.
Both emails say answer the phone.
Were
The
they?
phone rings.
This is for me.
It is.
What's that about?
Our communicators are being monitored directly now, even with my modulation on it.
So we're going to need a more advanced modulation.
No, I'd say we should go back to more basic.
You would understand that once the communications are not being directly routed through their own guardian, they would lose the ability to be able to so easily.
So at the moment, we really shouldn't be using them at all because they'll probably be able to triangulate us.
So I have to rely on Psyman communication?
And my own telepathy
Yes.
ability.
How can you use that when you're in your other forms, though?
I believe you need a bowl of water, and it is a form in itself.
But that
It's
would,
not something I can do in a fight.
if we did that, we would have to leave you at the base every time.
We're going to have to, until we get the thing back up.
Yeah. I have a bunch of money diverted to getting you comms towers and the hospital repaired as soon as possible.
Which, by the way, would have been done this week,
has not
but
been
the
further.
storm has, in fact, because of what our comms tower is made out of,
Yeah.
it was hit several times.
Yeah, but the comms tower that we were building was hit by lightning.
Just also, since you're going to find this out pretty soon anyway, they're going to contract Smar Industries to build the new tower, and he's going to have it up by the end of this week as well. It will, however, have a core of pure selenium.
But I don't know this now, so I can't.
You will
remember.
know this in the morning when you go to work. I just don't want to have to say it again then.
So the question is, why can't we put little remote boosters around the city?
What, like our own
Are you seriously asking for radio tower missions? Because I'll do them.
Well, honestly, I mean, I think it's just out of care. I think it's a stupid idea that we're relying on something that can be easily tapped.
We only temporarily relying on it though.
No, even
No, I mean,
then-
using
See,
the central
yeah.
same system.
See, we all use-
What he wants to do is use and create your own network
Yeah.
of radio towers.
which would mean that we could have it almost untraceable signal.
We
How
will.
would you
Like,
even set that up?
it might be slightly less reliable because, like, if something goes down, but
But that's
It's
why we have
also-
overlapping networks.
I mean, there were a few places we could build and put a radio signal. I mean, that would be suspicious, but we couldn't get them
Okay.
everywhere in the city.
Okay, until we had Thomas Drake on the team, that probably would not have been financially possible to build a network.
I can build the transmitters, it's not a problem. It's just getting them everywhere.
Things we can get them.
We can put them places, sure, but what if they get found?
Your brother would
Yeah,
be
just
great
do
at
it.
getting them places.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
currently just send them
Intuition
away.
rolls, everyone. Except Thomas Drake,
Natural
actually.
20.
Oh, bank that.
Okay.
Use it before the end of the night.
got a
Is
one.
it with intelligence?
The insight, is it?
Wisdom and insight, so yes.
19.
Well, what you get?
16.
What the fuck is wisdom on the sheet?
Awareness.
Awareness. So
Okay.
I keep calling it wisdom because that's the proper
Yeah.
name.
23.
So you know that guy who built that triangular holocom thing? Couldn't he solve this problem?
Yeah.
Seems to be like a communication guy.
Like, Mr. Silhouette Man who's responsible for that thing. I mean, that's a pretty small communications device there, and it does all the fancy...
And apparently you've been assured it's completely untrackable.
He even said it would destroy itself if we did wrong things with it.
Right. I'll
Like trying to open the unit, trying to put a tracker on it, putting it up your butt.
hit the
Having it
button.
unveiled.
Cool
And
button.
immediately pops up. Get that. Oh, yes.
So,
Clink.
a few things to say. He can see the map on the wall, can't he?
You don't know. Good job in the city today, by the way.
Yeah,
It's really helped your PR.
Oh, thank you.
The ice dome was ingenious.
we've got some slight problems.
Just a couple.
Just a couple.
I've dispatched an operative to deal with the Aegis situation.
Yes,
Yeah,
we
just
saw her, yeah.
He behaved well today, and he was willing to take into consideration the communicating with the team more, so
Well, I'll be speaking with him shortly, so...
Ah.
just to talk to him.
Tell him not to use the communicator again because we are being directly monitored.
I was going to communicate with you in a little bit. I was waiting for confirmation. Apparently the Department of Mutant Verification has received a blanket tap order on the Marian Guardian, so any transmissions that go through it can and will be directly
Yes,
tracked.
I got a phone call telling me that, which is a bit concerning.
A phone call.
Wait, it wasn't from him?
No.
Interesting.
What was the email from? Like, what was the email address?
I haven't had time to look at the email address and trace it yet, so...
That information could be important.
Yes, also, I don't know if you can see the map on the wall, but they've been narrowing down bases and places and entrances and stuff for around the city.
Well, of course they have. That's natural.
The other thing we were coming to talk to you about is communications. I've been loath to put a network back through the main hub tower. If they can get access, if DMV are allowed to get access to that tower, why will they not get access to the new tower being built?
Have you considered putting up a network of your own?
That's what I was going to talk to you about.
Or, I know you've been reticent, but I can supply you with portable, broadly untraceable communications. The offer has been rebuffed before.
Well, I think we need to take you up on that offer at the moment. I think it'd be better, safer for us and safer for you, because if they can trace our stuff, it wouldn't take them long to trace you afterwards.
There is another factor.
What's the size of each of the units, and how much range do they have?
The technology uses a similar system to the holocom in front of you, but it's audio only. It has a range of about 4 miles in direct line of sight. More if you use a relay tower. The average size of the unit is approximately 2 inches by 1 inch, not including a headset microphone, that sort of thing. Easily about the same size as a portable radio that you currently use.
Now would be a really good time to get them installed without
The
suspicion.
problem is power. They use a proprietary kind of power that a company that I own all the shares of developed called Parasol. It is a lithium-ion battery, extremely advanced and not available to the public. This means charging them is something that will be difficult. You will need special needs.
You can't just plug them into like a building's power
The
supply.
point I'm making out is if you were to leave them plugged in somewhere or leave the lead that somewhere could see, they might ask, what is that?
Well,
Then you have an awkward
I
question.
think most of us will be charging them here would be ideal.
I will arrange to have several units delivered to you at the usual drop-off point tonight.
If we bounce each communicator through main comms towers, do they each scramble the signal?
They don't use traditional radio waves. The scrambling is built in. Each one rotates through a series of 128 frequencies that is on the similar system the Holocron uses. They're also fractally encrypted.
Okay.
It's not perfect, but it is stronger than anything on the civilian market. I also probably don't have to tell you that they're tamper-resistant in the usual way.
Yep.
Now, there is another matter I wanted to bring up. The former Master Thief Pain Train has been released from Tura Harad. His sentence is up. He has chosen to move into Cold Rocks with his family. Now, the man has served his debt to society and has sworn to give up thievery, but should he slide, you will need to be aware that there is someone in town who could possibly rival your own total power output, which is why I'm sending you a family.
Did we want to bring up Mr. Robinson?
Who's Mr. Rob? Oh, that's never. Were you asking that out loud?
I was asking him.
Oh, you're
I
saying
didn't-
that.
I wasn't. That's why I did the voice.
Who's
and
Mr.
everything.
Robinson?
He's a secondary school teacher that
Tried to commit suicide this afternoon, following the death of some students. It's unfortunate.
We had reason believed due to his psych profile that he was unstable, but it doesn't seem possible for him to have done the crimes at all, so...
Well, anyway. Peyton Terrence Rain, known as Pain Train, is a former football player who was discharged after it was discovered he was a mutant. He possesses above-average strength and mass, but his strength and speed increases with his momentum, meaning he becomes a practically unstoppable juggernaut.
He doesn't like to stop either.
No. And even the mutant-proof banks of today are not train-proof.
Which would make it a really good target for him.
However, he is, as I said, innocent until proven guilty. I just thought you should be aware that he is moving into your area.
But wouldn't the DMV be watching him more than us?
They have their own rules to follow by.
Does he have like a...
You should just be forearmed in case you come across him. But on the other hand, if he never does anything wrong, then you don't have to worry.
So they don't have like some kind of transmitter or collar
He's
or anything?
served his time.
And now he's just a regular registered mutant.
So, another thing, it seems DMV are planning something against us.
I'll look into it, see what I can dig up. However, a lot of my contacts have recently decided to decline to assist in my attempts to assist your group for reasons we have already gone through.
I understand.
Tonight's a good first step in redeeming your value, but it is slightly more difficult for me to help you now than it was before. Hopefully this pattern does not keep up.
A thought occurs with this Pain Train fellow. Now, if a bank were to get knocked over within the next week or two, wouldn't it be more likely that it was somebody else wanting to frame him rather than he himself, knowing that he's back in this city?
Yes.
Which is what we also have to keep an eye on.
You'll also be interested to note that the Master has popped up in Wyoming, of all places.
What?
He was not captured.
Oh God, no. Hold on.
What did he do?
I'm just calling out Simon. Simon,
Simon says yes.
the Master's still around.
Well, of course he is, idiot.
He wasn't captured, and he's in Wyoming.
Well, Wyoming's not here.
Yes, just warning you.
Apparently what he was doing was taking the entire population of the small trading town near Devil's Tower and making them form a sort of labor camp for some reason.
Devil's Tower.
That's where we just were.
Where
Yeah.
we just were.
Suffice to say that the idea that the Master has popped up again means that he is no longer licking his wounds.
For him
You
to,
should be aware that he exists.
but for him to pop up in a place we just were. That's
Yes.
awfully coincidental.
You can't see, but I'm narrowing my eyes as well.
Then again, perhaps he wants to draw us there.
I still don't believe that Ian Pace could have just found that facility and made it work. So there is a possibility he had help from someone else.
I did mean to ask about the appearance of one of Dr. Destructo's hell-level robots.
Oh,
Ball. You know of Ball.
that's why we didn't attack him.
What does Ball do?
Because we talked about this, I'll just explain the purpose.
No point giving us extra powers.
Where does Dr. Destructo get the technology from?
Well,
Man must be a genius of the highest caliber.
that's another thing. I've noticed the computer programs that they're using. The Dr. Destructo's older base, also Greenpeace's base,
Yes.
And the DM.
and the DMV use very similar.
Dr. Destructo uses Terios.
Yes, or did.
Interesting.
Oh, I think we neglected to mention that our good friend the gamer had direct access to a DMV computer.
That's really dangerous. You shouldn't be sneaking around those places, even in a store.
It was an unmissable opportunity.
Sander,
Oh,
you mentioned you got a phone call after that, like you did earlier. Maybe same friend?
It's like I need another one.
Phone a friend.
Yeah, so obviously when I was in the computer, I was allowed there.
This would be because of the employment of Miranda Lewis. Well, perhaps less risky than I thought.
Yes. But the question was, is the phone rang there like it did here,
And here would be none of my business.
warning me of things. And I never answered the phone there, but it stopped ringing when I logged off.
Well, that's another interesting thing. I will look into that.
Yes, I think someone is watching me on the net as well.
Well, you might want to stay away from there.
Yeah.
that seems incredibly unlikely.
Yes.
Oh, and for your context, the Eagle and the Buffalo are not two different members of our team. Skinwalker has a varied power set.
I am already aware of Skinwalker's deep connection to the rich Native American traditions and his emulation of their mythoses. Impressive. I assume a metamorphic power set such as yours can emulate a number of these totem creatures. Which explains shed press.
Is there any chance I can get a computer with this system on it?
A DMV computer.
Well, not the DMV, but
He just wants the
the operating system.
I can try. It won't be easy though.
I understand
It may
this,
take time.
because if I can get one, I might be able to design workarounds.
Anything that can interpolate Dr. Destructo is worth the time and effort. I'll make some calls.
As long as he doesn't know.
Well, it may not be him, but it would help us with the DMV and
One moment, please. Yes. What do you mean, the slip? How?
where's he gone?
I'm extremely disappointed in your performance. Yes, of course. So I'll try and get you that computer as soon as possible.
Where's he gone?
Where's Hugo?
Ages.
It's
If I knew that, there wouldn't be a problem.
How do you know Dr. Destructo's operating program doesn't have some kind of thing that automatically links back to his computer whenever you're using it?
Well,
Am I using the right terms here?
well, the question is, if there was, why would the DMV be using it?
Because he might be so goddamn smart that they don't even know that he's doing it. He's pretty smart.
Well, that is exactly possible. You could use it unnetworked, though.
And there'd be no way
That's
then that
okay.
he'd be able
I
to.
can have a standalone and work on it standalone.
And there's no way it could let bounce and use this transmission we're talking to Mr. X on. Or...
The computer itself would have to have access to that to be able to.
Okay.
I mean, I'd have to link the communicator up
Yeah,
with.
unlike Terminator 3,
Yeah.
software can't just make stuff appear out of nowhere and move shit all on its own.
Okay, you know how it works. I just wanted to be sure.
If I was going to be working on it, I'd work on it.
It's just ever since that Wi-Fi thing and that...
Oh, the
I've been very-
Wi-Fi. God, if we could have that.
Yes, it's very convenient. Is there anything else?
Mutant criminals may try and stop the erection of the new
Communicate. Spy.
communication tower on top of the Huxtable Memorial Hospital. The contract has been reissued to Smartech. So there would be an opportunity to grab some nice, sweet high-tech being put up. So be aware that there may be hits on that.
Thanks for letting us know. Hit it first.
So what do we all think our next step should be?
Well, at the moment we've got nothing happening at the moment, so
Skinwalker and I need to go by that school, but we can't get in touch with you guys by the communicator, so who do we call?
Sorry, man.
As long as one of us is either the gamer or I are with you. Possibly Simon started to link with you a lot more frequently too.
we also need to get to the drop. If we get to the drop first and get the communicators,
The communicators would take a while to set up.
Well, I left my Vespa here, so
he said that it would give us some tonight. So some's better than none.
How about
The
how about
problem
I
is
go
the
with
two-
these two and I can link with Simon and then you can go to the drop and get the communicators.
The problem is the two
Uh,
people that are most suited for setting up the communicators are the people that need to go to the school. These two.
The problem with the drop is what happened last time.
What happened last time?
The last time I did a drop it went fine.
Last time I tried
Blink,
to
Blink,
The communicator.
the holocron.
Welcome back.
Your former, possibly current group member is causing trouble.
Where?
Krendor.
specifically?
Specifically, he's already killed 3 people.
Randoms, or is there a pattern to his
I
madness?
have only this information that's coming in.
We have to go.
My operative
We don't.
can't act right now.
We can.
Turn off the holocom and go.
Self-radio suicide I create when angel
There's only one way to stop Labor's taxes.
kill them.